Come and join us as we explore new places all around the world.
Pick up some useful hints and tips and don't make mistakes that we have.
See the things that we get up to and take a look around the ships as we travel.
Why not subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out. Hello, and good evening to you. So nice of you all to join us, isn't it, Liz?
It is, yes. Just to start with, if anybody could let us know whether you can hear and see us, that would be nice. And even more importantly, you might be able to see this little one down here.
Only his head,
Only his
he's
head.
hiding.
Can't
You see? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's hiding.
Very tired.
He's very tired. He's been gardening today, so he's done a lot of tiring time today. Yeah.
And also, if anybody has any questions, if you could start your question with a question word in capital letters, then that helps us to see what's coming through.
Yeah, certainly does. So let's say hello to a few people we've got here already. So, I pressed the wrong button, look. Oh, it's all good. Thank you very much. Lovely. So, good evening to Andy and Cara, already and waiting. Looking forward to the chat with your special guest and big announcement. Oh, I know. It's so exciting, isn't it? I think we're more excited than anybody else.
Yeah, you've been a bit nervous today, haven't you?
I've been a bit nervous today because we've got some different technical things going on. And, I'm sure everything will be fine.
Of course it will.
Won't it? Yeah. It's just... calm down. The dog's here to keep me happy, so we'll be fine. Yes. And hello to Ali and Ian. Yes, we are quite well. You've just got off Queen Anne. Mixed thoughts. Yeah, I think everyone that's been on Queen Anne has had mixed thoughts.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I think that, there's a lot of that going on.
But I really liked her. I mean, as you know, we were on the Maid. You've probably seen the vlogs. The last one came out on this week. Well, you probably haven't because you've been away.
Got some catching up to do in that case.
Sorry about that. But no. So, so the last one came out the vlogs came out on Saturday, didn't it? Yeah. We had a fantastic cruise. Don't get me wrong, didn't we? Yeah. The company and everything was really good. The entertainment we found was really good, didn't we? Yeah,
so much better than the stuff we saw on Queen Mary.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly the cabaret artists were probably streets ahead of what we've seen on Queen Mary, but then it was a maiden voyage, so you expect it to be a little bit. But the production shows were much more updated.
Yeah, they were.
Well,
I don't know about Brief Encounter.
But it was a modern take on an old story.
The production was updated, the story wasn't. You go with that one?
Not much you can do with Brief Encounter.
Well, I know, it's Brief Encounter, isn't it? Let's see, so we've got Reese and Catherine. Hello, guys. Thank you very much for joining us again. And Reese has got a question for us. We'll just do this one, and then we'll introduce our special guest, won't we?
Well, yeah, we might have a few more people saying more.
Oh, yes, we have. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, yeah, people are flooding in now, aren't they? Well, yeah, keeping everyone in suspenders. Yes. Anyway, question. Afternoon tea or evening dinner? We've never done afternoon tea in Epicurean, have we?
No.
But dinner?
Dinner we go back to time and time again.
Definitely. Dinner.
And especially on Ventura, they'd managed to get back the old ways of serving certain foods. So they serve some of it at table. I think that from Flambe side of things, I think that's the only one of the fleet that's able to do that again. They were hoping to get it back on some of the others at that point, but I don't know that they were going to get permission to do it. But afternoon tea, when we've looked at the menu, a lot of it is, well, it's stuff that you wouldn't eat. I might give it a go.
Yeah.
But it also looks very sweet. And I'm not...
We're sweet enough.
I'm not a particularly sweet person.
No.
Most of you will know that.
Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry, no. I shouldn't have said that. That was a bit life-limiting, wasn't it?
It was a bit.
Hello to Gavin and Luke. We got the monkeys in with us tonight. They just got back from Anne yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they think.
And we've got... Anne and Mike Wagner-Millward. Good evening to you. Yes, we've got a lot of things going on here, haven't we?
Here we have.
Oh, and
Alfie's
Alfie's here. Good evening,
Dan.
Alfie. Oh, and Dan the Cruiser's here.
And Sisters on the Sea. And I see
Sisters on the
that
Sea.
Minnie Richardson's in. She must be absolutely out on her feet. She's just spent 5 days at Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Not only enjoying the Glastonbury vibes, but also stewarding there. And like a lot of the carnivalites down this end, they go there and raise money by stewarding. It's a lot of long hours and a lot of partying.
Yes.
Can't believe it.
Yes, and they were in the front row for Keane and for Coldplay. Yeah, so it's a hard life.
It is a hard life.
So hope you're feeling all right, Minnie. Right, so let's introduce our guest. Now, our guest is someone that a lot of you probably know and will recognise. We only met him for the first time on Queen Anne, didn't we? But we've been talking to him for many months. So I will introduce you, hopefully, technically hope so. Yes, technicality permitting, to our guest. And here he is. It is Dan. I've just turned your mic on. They should be able to hear you now. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. How are we both?
We're very good. I just need to put the chat up for you so you can see it. Otherwise, you won't be able to. Oh,
well, this is more technical stuff going on in the background here.
I can't help it. Right, we're all done now. You should be able to see all the bits and pieces as well now. Is that right?
All there.
So, as you know, Dan is a travel agent. He's got his own little franchise there, Grow Cruise and Travel, and he's wonderful. And he makes,
that's embarrassing.
No. He makes a very good cup of hot chocolate.
He does, yes.
Very good cup of hot chocolate.
That's very important.
So, obviously, if you've got questions, if you want to know travel agency questions as well, you can now ask Dan, because he's here with us. Have you ever done afternoon tea on the Epicurean, Dan?
I've never been in the Epicurean at all.
Oh,
really?
No. You really got to get on there and try it, because the food in the evening, I would put it up as one of our best specialty restaurants, really.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
It's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
I mean, we love Crown Grill,
Yes.
don't we? That's probably our favourite. But even on Oceania, some of them weren't brilliant, were they? Well, not to our, not as good as we were expecting.
Some were better than others.
Some were better than others. Yeah. So Cruise Monkey says all good. Reese says all good, and we've said hello to the Sisters on the Sea. And Ian Carla says it's all good, sound and picture. And Rose is here.
Oh, hello, Rose.
Hello, Rose. Another one of your customers, Dan?
Yeah, and hopefully Rose is feeling better, because I know she came back off of her recent cruise with, was it chlorine poisoning or something like that?
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
I could be
Rose.
wrong, but I believe that is. So I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
Rose, sorry to hear that. We met Rose on Fred Olsen earlier this year.
Yeah.
And what a lovely person she is. Yes. So, Commodore Steve, good evening to you. And we got Sue and Phil's Travel. A hot and steamy Central Florida. If only it was a bit more hotter and steamier here.
We had a really cloudy, miserable day with rain this morning.
Yeah.
It's cleared up a little bit now, so we got a little bit of brighter weather out there now. But it's not been particularly nice here.
Is it hot and
quite
steamy in
chilly.
Kent, Dan?
No.
No.
It was a couple of days ago, because I couldn't sit in my office whatsoever. It was too hot. But no, not now.
All right.
So it was. We had one really hot day here last week, didn't it? It was Wednesday, wasn't it? I played golf and I got very hot. So Gil and Sandra here, who we also met on Fred earlier this year. And Minnie's here, and Rose is saying hi to Gil, and Land Rover 1965. Good evening to you. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, everyone's saying a postcard and a pint. Nice to see you guys here again. Yes. And Commodore Steve has posted his Queen Anne Entertainment. Dan's saying hello to her. Oh, Paul and Carol. Good evening. Now then, Paul and Carol. Has anyone been watching their bits and pieces on?
Beg your pardon?
No, you know what I mean. On their posts, social media posts on from Valletta.
Well, we have.
We have, yeah. We've been extremely jealous, yeah. So Paul and Carol on Valletta at the moment, and they've got this enormous cabin. It's huge, with a huge balcony.
I still think it would have been big enough for us as well.
I think it would have been.
Because you and Paul could have slept on the balcony.
What? They're in Norway. It could be a bit chilly out there. So, yeah. So, thank you for joining us. I know you're a bit under pressure because they're off to dinner soon, and they're struggling on 4G. So, I hope they stay with us. But we know they're leaving earlier rather than later. Yes. Oh, and Tony's here. Hi, Tony. Another one. Is it hot and steamy where you are, I wonder? It could be. I know Tony's the other side of the pond as well, isn't he? Yes. So, right. As there's 53 people here at the moment, I guess what we ought to do is to talk about our special announcement. Are you ready for this one, Dan?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Right. So I've got a little video that hopefully
We'll tell the story.
I'm going to play and just, fingers crossed, and just watch and listen to this. And I think there'll be a few little surprises. I've just got to find it first. Down here.
Here we go.
Yeah. Here
Push the
we are.
right button.
Yeah, here we are. So enjoy. So, there we are. Yes, it's a group cruise. We're doing a group cruise. And, yeah.
It kind of happened by accident and partly Dan's fault.
No, it's not. It's all down to us.
But we'd kind of been thinking about it for a little while. Weren't sure that anyone really wanted to come with us. But we did ask the people that subscribe to our newsletter as to whether they thought it might be an idea and whether we should consider it. Well, we had quite a positive response to that.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, let's take the bull by the horns. We had seen this particular cruise that we wanted to do anyway.
Yes.
And even if nobody else comes, we're going on it.
Well, we're booked on it.
We're booked on it. So that's kind of how it came about. Obviously, a lot of talking with Dan to get bits and pieces sorted out.
Yes. So as you may have seen, it may have gone by too quickly. It's on Fred Olsen. We had a fantastic time on there, and interesting that Rose and Gil and Sandra are on here because they were on earlier with us. It was a taster for us, and we sort of fell in love with it. It's like real cruising. It's not the cheapest, but it's still very good value for money for what you get. And Dan has managed to do a wonderful deal for us, haven't you, Dan?
Well, I think it is.
I think it's a great deal. So, let me see. If I get this wrong, I'm sure Dan will correct me. So, if you book the group cruise, our group cruise, with Dan, you get a 5% discount off the list price at the time of booking. Yeah, that's right. And also, there is £100 per person, not per cabin, per person, additional onboard spend. Now, that may not sound an awful lot, but it is on Fred Olsen. I'd look at it this way. If you've got £100 per person onboard spend on Fred Olsen, that covers your gratuities. It covers 2 specialty dinings and a couple of hours in the spa. So I think that's really good value for money. The other thing I think, and Dan will go through the technicalities in a minute because I know he's got prices and everything at his fingertips to tell you, is that if you already have loyalty with Fred Olsen and you get the loyalty discount with Fred Olsen, that still applies. So you get 5% and then another 5% loyalty. It's not 10% because that works out slightly different. So that's it. So Dan, what would you like to tell us about this wonderful cruise and these wonderful ports that are all beautiful?
Well, apart from us beautiful people being there.
Oh yeah, Dan's there as well.
But yeah, so you've covered pretty much everything. So yeah, 5% off as standard, £100 per person on board credit, per person, not per cabin. Deposit for it will be 15%, no matter what cabin you choose. It'll be 15%. The one thing I'm surprised you didn't mention was the drinks package.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Oh, we thought we'd give you that glory.
Doesn't interest me, Dan. The drinks package, you know me.
Might not interest you.
So probably one of the cheapest drinks packages that I've ever seen. With the Fred Olsen drinks package of £24.99 per person per night. So £199.92 for an 8-night cruise.
Very cheap. It's a bit strange, isn't it, the drinks package? Because you don't get coffee with it. You don't get bottles of water, but you can have as much water delivered to your cabin or glasses of water as you want, which is a bit strange. And not all the drinks are covered in it, but the vast majority, unless they've got champagne or Prosecco in, are half price. So it really does make it quite cheap anyway. So the cocktails, you get one cocktail of the day included. We are going to do a video about this because it is a bit confusing. So we thought we'd do a video about it sometime to try and explain it. But everything else is half price. So if you buy a cocktail at £7, if you're on the package, it's £3.50. Now £3.50 for a cocktail in anybody's language has got to be cheap.
Yeah.
And they were nice as well.
Yeah, they
weren't
were good. Actually.
They were good.
Yeah.
The only thing,
quite a nice selection too.
if you've got some, so we like some specialist gins. We love a Hendrix. Yeah. So a large Hendrix with Fever Tree tonic on board is £6.25, I think, or it was in February. However, if you just want a gin and tonic from the pump, it's included completely in the package. So it's only because we're a bit fussy. So yeah, so the drinks package is great. And yeah, I mean, Paul and Carol can tell you, if you see their stuff, they're just loving the ship. It's not on Boletta, which is the one they're on. It's the sister ship, Borealis, which we haven't been on, but they're very similar, aren't they, Dan?
Yep. They're practically sisters by, I think, slightly different length by maybe a couple of meters, maybe less than that. But yeah, they're beautiful ships. Obviously, ex-Holland America, and Fred's capitalised on the pandemic, which I don't think capitalised is the right word, but but they managed to strike a good deal for two slightly older but stunning ships. So I think it works well.
Yeah, they are nice and they're traditional, and the service levels are excellent, aren't they? The staff are all lovely. The service levels are really high, so you pay a little bit extra. But have you got the prices there to hand, Dan, of the actual prices for double and single?
Write them all down.
See, carry on.
So organised.
So organised.
So, including the 5% off, because you get a standard, and inside for dual occupancy for two people starts from £1,091.55. Don't know why the pen is, because of the 5%. An ocean view will be from £1,234.05 per person. A terrace. If people aren't aware, a terrace is kind of what I would call an ocean view with a balcony door that opens onto the prom deck. So
it's a bit weird.
I've had clients that have just come back off of one, so I'll give you their view shortly. But a terrace comes in at £1,994.05. And if you want a balcony, a private balcony, which would be their suite grades, is £2,469.05 per person.
That sounds ever so expensive, Dan.
It is. Yeah, it is. you are traveling solo, then I still think prices are bad whatsoever. An inside is from 1800 for a solo. An ocean view is from 2,278, and a balcony suite is from 3,324. So even the solo rates, even for the insides, I think they're actually some very good pricing there. And obviously, if you sell with friends before, you get the extra 5% off of those prices.
Yeah, it's always quite. I think it's always quite. It must be really frustrating for solo cruisers because on a lot of cruise lines, it's just double the price, isn't it? So at least it's a little bit less than that. But I do, do feel. Well, I shouldn't feel sorry because they're having a great holiday, but it is.
It is difficult for them.
I should imagine it's very frustrating. So let's see. Now then, we'll whisk on down to the questions. I'm sure there'll be some more questions about the cruise down here because they've been following up through, and I've just put a little hold on them. So we'll come down through and see what we've got. So it was Reese and Catherine that were asking about the afternoon tea, wasn't it? So the Cruise Monkeys have obviously done it. It's worth trying, but different. Evening dinner is far better. Yeah, we love evening dinner, and they've got some really nice stuff in there, haven't they?
Yeah.
And they do the crepes as well now.
Yeah.
So we have a question from Keith. Do Cunard provide shuttles from the ports into the nearest town city as we're travelling on Queen Victoria next summer? Thanks, guys. Dan, does that depend on which type of fare you book?
Yes. So the Cunard fare is generally included. The saver fare generally not. But it also depends on what the ports allow. So a lot of ports, depending on where you're going, a lot of ports in the Med you will have to take a shuttle to get out of the port, and then generally once you get out of the port, you are in the near the main centre anyway. But some ports don't.
We've also found that there are, there are a few ports that have their own transport to just get you out to the port gates, don't they? And they're usually complimentary, but that's done for a safety point of view, isn't it? Because they don't want anyone walking along the dockside, which is a shame for those of us that want to take photographs of the ship. Yeah, but so I hope that answers your question, Keith. So you're on Victoria next summer. We're on her in when are we on? December. December, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, people saying
Paul and Carol saying hi to Dan. Travelling light. Good evening, everyone. Tracy. Now, Tracy and Brian asked us a question very early this morning.
Yes,
I noticed it's very early
this morning.
Yeah, I noticed it on there before I got out of bed. So, carry on, Lindsay. Question is.
So, they'd obviously been watching the Queen Anne videos.
Yeah.
And they were asking about the dressing gowns, and they were saying that they look warm and cosy, and could we buy them on board? They were fantastic. They were unbelievably cuddly and lovely size too, because I often find that some of the ones you get are a bit
challenging.
Yes. You could really snuggle up into these.
They were lovely.
I don't quite know how they would be absorbing a lot of water, because they were so fluffy and new and snuggly that they may not have been as good as a toweling robe, but they were very comfortable to wear. We think that they were available to purchase on board.
But we didn't find out until the last day. I think when we were chatting to Dan's friend up in the at breakfast, I think she said they were available for sale, but we didn't realise it. Otherwise, I think Lindsay would have had one.
I might have done if I could have fitted it in the case. And I've been trying to find prices. Now, usually they seem to be included on some of the celebration packages and that kind of come in at $300, but they do include quite a lot. And the nearest price I could see was $75 each, or $135 for a pair. I don't know whether that's still current. I don't know how accurate that is at all, but that's as near as I could find it.
I still think one of the best value ones are on P&O. You can buy a pair of those lovely thick toweling ones on there you could for $39.99. And I think
They were
that's,
at that price when we were on in May.
yeah, and I think that's really good value. And we get 10% off that as well, so they're even better value for us. But we never bought any, have we?
No, we haven't.
But
No,
they're
no.
really quite nice as
Yeah,
well.
they're quite nice.
Yes. So Reese is saying thank you, special guest Dan. Yes, Dan is our special guest. Oh, I'm very tech savvy. No, I'm not very tech savvy. I was just lucky.
Yeah.
This time, yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and here's Tracy and Brian have asked a question again down from Truro in Cornwall. I wonder what the weather's like down there.
Well, hopefully it's a bit better than it is up here.
Oh, Anna and Mike are saying Dan is the best travel agent out there. Highly recommended.
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
He's not bad, is he?
He's not bad, is he? He's good to us anyway. So we have a question here from Reese. Question for Dan. Is it more peaceful whilst Carol is cruising, or does she still manage to message you as much?
Depends if they have Wi-Fi or not. But it also means that Carol's brain goes on overdrive, like looking at other cruises to find something else. So
She doesn't, does she? I can't imagine she'd do that.
that doesn't sound like Carol, does it?
No, not at all. Oh, we have fantastic time on Queen Anne, don't we?
To be fair, she doesn't. It is slightly quieter, but that's because they're enjoying themselves.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're going to be having a whale of a time on there because the food's so good on Fred as well. Well,
Yeah.
we like the food on there.
Really
It
good.
suited us.
Yeah.
Sec. Oh, hello. I've clicked my thing in the wrong place now. See, I'm not that tech savvy. Oh, no. Don't do that. It won't go where I want it to. There, right.
Saying nothing.
Second that Anne is, yes. Right, off we go then. Next one. Let's find another question. Danger Mouse. Good evening. Just returned from Queen Anne. Lovely ship. Had a wonderful time. And also met the cruise monkeys, which was a bonus. And you met them again tonight because they're on here. I hope they didn't lead you astray. Did they keep you up till 4 o'clock in the morning? They do that with us sometimes.
So do Paul and Carol.
So do Paul and Carol. Yeah. And Dan. Yeah. They're all the same, keeping us
No,
up.
Dan behaves himself. He goes about 3 o'clock.
Dan saying thank you. Oh, why is it doing that? Right, there we are. First time out. Wasn't impressed with the Epicurean afternoon tea. Dinner is always good. Yeah, we've never done it, Hilary, but I love dinner in there. I think it's great. I like the pork T-bone.
Yeah, I like the Iberico ham starter.
Yeah.
And actually I like the crab starter
The snow
as well.
crab you like as well. Yeah.
And you particularly like the crepes, don't you?
Yeah, the crepes are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always find that they burn off too much of the alcohol.
Oh, yeah. You would, wouldn't you? So we've got Life in the Park saying good evening to us and everyone in the chat.
Check.
Chlorine burn. Saga currently investigating the issue. Oh, dear. Oh, that sounds really nasty, Rose. Really nasty.
Oh, hit 'em where it hurts, Rose.
Yeah, hit 'em where it hurts, mate. That's not good for Saga because I know you're not old, but they have a lot of older people on there as well, don't they? And they could, I mean, if you've got burnt from being in the pools, that's
not good at all.
not good. Yes.
Ooh.
Postcard and Pie are enjoying Paul and Carol exploring Ballet.
Yeah.
Well, why not come on Borealis and you can do the same?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not?
We've been enjoying watching what they're doing. And
We
going,
have been.
We did that. We went
We did
there.
that. Yeah. Susan Colin saying hi, George. Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Oh, hello, Jerry.
Nice to see you, mate. Yeah. And I hope you and Diane are doing well. Yes. And Andy and Carl are saying that was funny. I don't know what was funny.
I can't remember.
Probably my face. Right. So, Paul Traherne, I love watching your travels. Looks like you've had lots of fun, especially with Paul and Carol. We recently ate in the Epicurean on Iona and loved it. Evening meal and afternoon tea felt very special. Again, so obviously the afternoon tea, I guess it depends what you like because they do a lot of salmon and I'm allergic to salmon.
Yeah.
And then coronation chicken and I don't eat that. Yeah.
But actually, they do the sweet breakfasts in there.
Yes, they do as well. Sweet breakfast.
We're
Yeah.
never likely to
No,
get
we're
that,
never like
no.
to do that. No, not sweet people, are we? No. Paul and Carol say, yeah, it's Carol, obviously.
Yeah.
Put us boys out on the balcony just because we might snore a bit now and again.
That's a really good idea. Leave them out there with no alcohol.
No. Actually, to be quite honest, if it was warm outside, you put me and Paul on the balcony with a case of Thatchers.
Job's a good one.
Jobs are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd quite go along with that.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. What does Dan know about Intelli travel agents? I have no idea. Do you know what that is, Dan?
I do, and it's a very contentious subject within travel agents.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it not for here, or is it for here?
Oh, kind of and kind of not. It's one that I don't agree with how they run things, basically. But yeah, a lot of people are the same. It's partially kind of like a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Right. We'll
Yes,
leave that one then.
we'll leave that one. But thank you for your depth of knowledge again.
Andy and Carla reckon they're great ports.
Port Trent looks like one of us, but we both work in school, so can never go on group cruises. Oh, that's a shame.
But Andy and Carla are saying good ports.
Yeah, they are. Well,
nice
we
ports.
like the ports. It's great. Yeah, I think it's really good. Oh, hang on. Kevin's sending some things through. So, Gil and Sandra, if I hit the right button. Oh, Dax, stop nudging me arm. Gil and Sandra are just back from Borealis 8-day Norwegian fjords. And was it as good as the letter was? I'm sure it was. Because it's a fantastic place. Paul and Carol having such a great time on Fred Olsen. Great choice. Yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed, and it sounds like your experiences are similar to what we had. Yeah, and it's really good.
It's a real eye-opener, wasn't it?
Alfie says he would have loved to come, but he's going round the Med then. Yeah, we know you're with Lizzie, aren't you, Alfie, I think, on Azora, maybe? Something like that?
I don't know if she's there, but he's...
Yeah.
It's one of the many that he's booked.
Andy and Carl says, how can I forget the... See, now you guys would love the drinks package because you like to drink wine, don't you? Now the wine, and they have some really nice wines. I'm sure Paul and Carol have gone to dinner now, but the wine choice on there, all included, I thought was stunning. It's their house wines, and they were really, really good. And you could drink far too much.
Far too easy to drink, especially at dinner.
Yes.
They were just far too good at topping up the glasses.
Yeah, you turned around and sneezed and your glass was full again. They just kept pouring them all the time. The
wait staff were just so good.
Yeah, the wait staff was good. Yeah.
Oh, Margaret.
And Margaret's here. Hi, Margaret. I don't know whether Jackie's with you in New Zealand. You managed to get up early then. Thanks for joining us. I mean, it's ridiculous time in the morning over there now, isn't it? And we do look forward to meeting you in October, but we'll sort that out in September when we get there. Yes. Carol. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Alfie says, don't forget the coffee card with the included bag of chockies. What do you know about that, Dan? Because we didn't do this.
Oh, so it's for the... I can't remember. I haven't been on Fred for a while. Can't remember the name of the coffee. Is it Bookmark Cafe?
Bookmark Cafe, yeah.
You get it's a bit like the reward schemes in like Costa or other coffee is available.
Yes.
And you get, I think it's 9 coffees, hot chocolates, teas, whichever. But if you do it, I think it works out that you get sort of 8 and you get 1 free around that. But you get a bag of chocolate truffles included. So it's a good package. If you drink enough hot drinks that obviously you can't get on the drinks package, it's actually worth doing. I normally do it when I go on Fred's.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So would you suggest people coupling that with the drinks package as well then?
It depends what you drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what you drink. Because in the past, I haven't done the drinks package because I don't drink alcohol much. But I'll always get the coffee one because I'll have a few of those during the day. But yeah, you can. So it's not something you can pre-book. It's something that you literally just turn up at the cafe and ask for it. You'll pay for it up front, and then they give you a little card.
Oh, I see.
And then you do it that way.
The other thing that I forgot to mention on the drinks package is that all your fountain soda drinks are included, so you can drink as much Coke and lemonade and things like that as you wish, but it's only the fountain ones, it's not the bottled ones. They're chargeable, but I think again they're half price if you've got the package. We tend not to drink that many. Well, we do have a Coke occasionally, don't we? Yeah, yeah. So Commodore Steve says Borealis doesn't have the pool at the back. Thank you very much for that information, Steve. Much appreciated. Paul and Carol say they cannot fault the service on Fred. Has been superb. Absolutely superb. Good.
This is a good question.
Oh, Minnie says, question. Is there a cut-off time for your group cruise? As you could it book it next year or closer to departure? Dan?
There is no cut-off. Well, there isn't a cut-off time. It's up to when the ship sails. When it sails, but also when it sells out, basically. But there's no cut-off time whatsoever. So you could book it a month before if you really wanted to, or you could book it next year or any time you want.
So just to sort of flesh that out a bit, and Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't wish to mislead anyone. We have no reserve cabins, and the cabins will sell at the prices that are available when you book. So you might find in 3 months' time the prices are more expensive than they are, or you might find in 3 months' time the prices are lower than they are. You still get the 5% discount, and you still get the £100 per person on board credit. So the pricing is fluid, as it is with any cruise line, in the UK, but you still get those added benefits. But yeah, if you wanted to, Minnie, you could book it in January 2026 and there will be no issue at all. The only thing is, if you get to the end of January, you'd have to pay for it in full. Round about the end of January, isn't it, Dan? Something like that? Yeah.
Put your hairdressing prices up, love.
Yeah, you'll have to put your hairdressing price. If anyone wants a hairdresser in Wiltshire, she's excellent. She'll come to your house and do it as well. Yeah.
And she dog sits as well.
And she dog sits as well. Yeah, Dax goes to stay with her. Yeah, very nice. Do you condemn cruise channels like Cruise Boys for buying views and subscribers? Well, I don't know that they do. That's the honest answer. I mean, I'm not really concerned about other people. I'm concerned about what we do. And we do what we do, and what anybody else does is their business, and nobody else's really. So I'm sort of staying out of that one. Do you agree, Liz?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, I just stay out of it and concentrate on our own. We got enough problems with our own bits and pieces.
I've got enough trouble with him.
Yeah, you got enough trouble with me, haven't you? Yeah. Oh, and Reese has stayed on the terrace balcony on Fred, and it's an experience. If you lean on the balcony, people will talk to you, but if you sat down, everyone leaves you alone.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
well, that's interesting to know.
So, as Dan was saying, these terraces, you've got a door that opens from your cabin, looks out onto the prom deck, and you have reserved seats there, don't you? Sunbeds there. You have 2 reserved sunbeds per the cabin. I don't know what happens if you've got a third person in the cabin. That's an interesting thing. So you've got that, and these are reserved, and nobody else is like, I wonder if anyone actually sits in them when they're reserved for someone. That's probably happened as well at some point.
There are some at either end, aren't there? It's only the ones in the middle that are reserved.
Yeah.
Because they're right outside the cabins.
Yeah.
But I think I would find it a little bit odd.
Yeah. But I will say that all the people that we met on Fred were all nice people, and they wouldn't dream of doing it. And if they sat there accidentally and explained to them, they go, oh, I'm ever so sorry. Because they were just nice people.
Yeah, they were very nice people.
For those of you who have children, and I know it's just about in term time, it's not long before Easter, I don't think. But children are welcome on Fred as well. Now, just correct me, Dan, the £100 onboard credit only applies to passengers 1 and 2, doesn't it?
Yep.
But are there separate reduced rates for passengers 3 and 4 if you had them?
Yes, there will be reduced rates as per all cruise lines for 3 and 4. I don't have them with me, but yes, there are. The rate does go down for 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. Lovely to you. Great. Oh, yes, thank you, Margaret. It's been a pleasure talking to you as well via email. Elaine is saying hello, everyone. Yes. And Cruise Monkeys, I guess you had a drink with Ginger Mouse or two, me. Oh, and Paul and Carol saying hi to Elaine. Right, let's let a few more come through now. And go back up here. Oh,
If you can find the right.
if I can find
Squidgy
the right
bit.
squidgy bit. There, I found the right squidgy. It's quite a small screen on this laptop, and finding things with my glasses are difficult to see. So, talking hello. Question. Life in the Parks. I'm on Raw Saturday. I'm wondering where the best place to watch the football.
Oh,
right.
Okay. So first place would be Champions. Although that will get booked up very quickly. You'll have to be in there very early in the morning.
Champions is the pub on board, but it's quite small and not.
If it's an England match, they may well open up.
Yes,
the lounge.
They have in the past. They've showed them in Carmen's, which is the back of the ship, big show lounge that seats about 400 people, and they have even showed them in the theatre before. So it really depends, but usually when something, I can remember being on Adonia when the Euros were on, and they had it in the show lounge at the back, and it was heaving, but England were playing quite well then. Yeah, we won't talk.
The dog went to sleep yesterday.
We won't talk too much about the football, but the result was good in the end, so that's the most important thing, isn't it? So no problem. Yeah, so no problem at all with that. You will be able to watch it, in our experience anyway.
As long as they can get signal, yeah.
Yeah, as long as they get the signal, which sometimes you can't always get.
Sometimes it's a bit difficult.
It's Cruising Gator here. Hi guys, nice to see you. Now that's a bit unfair, isn't it? They're saying the common denominator for the late night drinking seems to be us.
We don't force them to stay there.
No. And it's only now and again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not so.
We learned from the monkeys.
We learned from the monkeys.
Them.
They taught us all we know. They might only be half our age, but they taught us all we know.
I don't think so.
Cruising Gay.
I think your farmers taught us most of it.
Yeah, true, yeah. Cruising Gay saying hello, and Elaine saying hello. Question. We're off on a Costa cruise on Monday. My first time. Any tips? I am sorry.
I think you're going to have to come back and tell us all about it, because we've never done that.
We've never done a Costa cruise. I never even looked at it that closely. I know that Tom and Dom have done them, and I know the Cruise Boys have done them. Dan, I don't think you can even book them, can you?
Nope, we can't book them, and I've never done them myself. So yeah, any tips from you would be perfect. I'd love to hear
so if you can come back and tell us, it would be great to hear. We'll just have to follow you, won't we?
Yeah,
well, we do already.
Yeah.
But we'll keep it. So no, very sorry about that. We are useless when it comes to Costa. Oh, and Warren's here. Hi, Warren. Nice to see you. Warren's on our mailing list as well. We had a little issue the other day, but that's all sorted now. Life in the Parks yesterday from behind the sun lounger. Very large drink. Oh, right. Paul and Carol saying hello. Postcard and a pint. People chatting. Dan, how do you take care of all your clients when cruising so much?
Oh,
I don't cruise very often.
No. I mean, you haven't been on one now for 4 weeks? No, you went to Iceland, didn't you?
3 weeks, I think.
3 weeks. And when's your next one?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh, there's a 6 week gap there. Well, if I can answer that one, Warren. This guy is a workaholic, and if he can help while he's away, he does. And in some respects, I wish he wouldn't, because he's on his holiday, and he needs to sort of
chill out.
Yeah, the office is always available, isn't it, Dan, to help?
Yeah, so I've got 2 people behind the scenes that don't work for us. One's another franchisee, another business owner, and one is someone that works with us who was a previous franchisee / business owner. And when I'm away, our phones will get diverted to one of the 2, Steve or Mandy. all emails will still come to me, and then if I need to, I can pass it on to Steve or Mandy. Both of them have got over 20 years experience of being a travel agent, so they're in great hands if you need to call them or do anything. But yes, I do still work while I'm away.
He sold us a cruise when we were on Queen Anne.
And we were sober at the time.
And we were sober at the time, yeah. He sold us. You did, you, Dan? Yeah,
But
he did. Yeah.
There's always someone to take care if you need anything.
Yeah, so that's good to know, Warren. And certainly, you know, we've never had any issues because I quite often ask silly questions, don't I? And yeah, I get answers. I do, and I get answers at silly times of day sometimes. But yeah, so Margaret's saying, obviously, still half asleep. Meant to say how lovely to see you live, and this trip sounds marvelous. Yeah, I really like the trip.
Yeah.
We got some unfinished business in Bordeaux anyway.
Yeah, we have.
Because they were all striking when we were there. We lost our trip to Saint Emilion and the chateau there and the winery, which I'm quite looking forward to.
It's quite interesting watching how they strike in France, though.
Don't go there.
When I did turn round at one point and go, "It's time to leave."
Yeah, we did leave when, yeah. But anyway, that's besides the point, yeah. Good point. Right. We must have been unlucky with the Epicurean on Iona. Very underwhelming experience for us.
Oh.
We're out of the restaurant within the hour. Wow. Epicurean for us guys is usually two and a half.
And they actually tell you that the experience could last up to 2.5 hours.
I don't know how you could eat all that food because you've got the you got the pre-appetizer.
Yeah, and then you got
your starter. Then you got your little palate cleanser you get as well. Oh, Dan's disappeared.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I don't know whether that's him or you.
No.
But yeah, you got all sorts of things to go through. But then we found on Ventura that we went into Sindhu and we were out of there in 50 minutes, 55 minutes.
Yeah.
So at some point, perhaps some of the people were saying, get them in and out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we've never had that trouble with the Epicureans that we've done.
No, never. And we've done them on
several
Ventura, Iona, and Britannia.
Yeah.
No, never had that. So I'm really quite surprised. But
in fact, we were a bit concerned about going into Sindhu on Aurora because we thought, I wonder if they're going to rush us there as well. But no, it was the usual leisurely service, and very well done. The food was much better and better quantities in there than it was on Ventura as well.
Ventura was not good, was it?
No, not from that point. Yeah.
Oh, so sorry to hear that, Andy and Carla.
You'll have to go try Epicurean on a different ship.
Yes, yes.
And then compare. Ooh, there you go.
Oh, tip for Costa. You don't need to eat every course of the 7 for dinner. You've ordered 3 of them. Oh, they have 7 courses for dinner.
Oh, that's made you excited, hasn't it?
Well, I do like my food.
Yeah.
As it shows, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes. Food was very good and service was excellent. Staff very friendly.
Oh, right.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Paul Carroll saying hi to all. We have another question. Is there a specific date you need to book the group cruise by? If it's not sold out, could you book nearer to sailing? Yes, I think we covered that one just now, didn't we? But we were so slow getting there, Minnie. I think you asked it again. Given your experience on Queen Anne, would you sail on her again? Do you prefer more mature queens instead? What do you think Cunard have done well with Queen Anne? Well, yes, I would sail on her again, definitely. What have they done better? The entertainment, in my opinion. I mean, entertainment is quite a personal thing, but I think the entertainment on there was excellent.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They haven't done a very good prom deck.
No, and they can't do much about the prom deck, to be fair.
Sorry.
There are things that they needed to do with regards to the food, main dining room and specialist. We were all subject to that problem.
But the last 2 nights, the second formal night was good in the main dining room, and our final night on Tremonto, if you haven't seen the last vlog, it's there.
And that was better.
So much better. Yeah, Tremonto was really good.
But we do know that even after the maiden voyage, there were still issues in some of the restaurants, and some of those people had paid a lot of money to be in the grills.
Yes.
So they had things that they needed to sort out. Hopefully they have.
Yeah.
Because it's sortable. It just needs somebody to grab hold of it and get on with it.
Yeah.
But, you know...
The other thing I did miss, compared with the other queens, we've only been on one at the moment. We go on another one in December. We go on Victoria in December. We've only been on Queen Mary a few times. Was the choice of drinks has much reduced.
On there, yeah.
And certainly the choice of drinks available on the package has drastically reduced when it comes to cocktails.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit disappointing.
However, the outside areas of the ship, general outside areas of the ship, we thought were very good. But what did you reckon, Dan?
I think the outside areas were really good. I think there are a few things that are different from the other queens, but like the theatre, I think they could have done better with the design of the theatre. It's much closer to a standard cruise ship rather than what they've got on Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria or QM2. Food, best not to talk about it. It got better. I will say that it got better.
It did. And the breakfasts were very good, but you had to go to the buffet to get a decent breakfast.
Breakfasts were good in the buffet, but in the main dining room, we just gave up and we never give up in the main. We used to use the main dining room.
You never give up when it comes to food.
No.
Dad went into the garage last night and he came out with a bottle of Merlot and he said, "Look, take a photo, send it to everyone. I got my Merlot."
Yeah, it was an hour he was waiting for a glass of Merlot. And yet in Tremonto on the last night, very strange, they didn't have any Prosecco there, which is a bit strange for a Mediterranean restaurant.
Yeah.
But they actually just went and got some without questioning it. They just went and within 2 minutes you had 2 glasses.
Yeah.
Because we said, well, look, if you're going to go and have to get it from elsewhere, get a couple of glasses. And that's what they did.
Yeah, they did.
So it's very good. Yeah. Yeah. So, Margaret says Jackie's here too. Hi, Jackie, as well. Looking forward to meeting you both in October. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you in October. Yes. Oh, and Paul and Carol says the cappuccino in the bookmark today was £3. We had a free one, didn't we?
We did.
This is just an example of the service on Fred that we enjoyed in February. So we were doing the quiz, weren't we, in the pub?
We were losing.
We were losing in the morning light pub. And the waiter came over and we wanted a couple of coffees. So we ordered the coffees. He said, "I apologise, sir, madam, it's very busy at the moment. It'll be about a 20-minute wait." We said, "That's all right, we're doing the quiz, it's not a problem." So he came back about half an hour later. He came back and said, "I'm ever so sorry, it's 30 minutes, not 20 minutes. You can have it complimentary." Now, he didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't.
And we didn't ask for it. He just did it. And that's the sort of thing that we found on there. They just couldn't do enough for you. Postman, thank you, Reese, for trying to learn as much as you can. Yeah. I'm not sure what language issues there are on Costa. Not sure, really. Don't know. Alfie got drinks and coffee for Borealis in August. Oh, well done,
okay.
Alfie. So you can get the coffee card in advance. Ah.
Shows how long ago it was I went on Fred's.
Yeah. So
need to go again.
Minnie saying thanks for the publicity. Yes, if you want your hair done in Wiltshire, get in touch with us. We'll pass on. Then she can come on the group cruise with us. You see, she's got to save up. Yeah. And Warm Strong Ventures. Hello, Bill, all the way from Canada, joining us for the chat. Nice to see you, mate. Yeah. Now's your opportunity, Bill, to come to Europe and jump on Fred Olsen, because I know you watched the vlogs when we were on there and you said it quite appealed to you. So your opportunity is there. Oh, and Hillary's given us some more information.
Oh, right.
And the bookmark cafe card is £20 pre-bookable. You get 7 drinks and a bag of chocolates, according to the Fred Olsen. And those chocolates, those gorgeous little... They're about £2 each if you buy them. Yeah, the little truffles.
Oh,
so that's not bad value for money at all. Thanks very much, Hillary. Much appreciated.
Well, that's one a day, isn't it? 1 coffee a day.
Yeah. Oh, at least on weekend. Yes. Thank you very much, Warren, for coming. Nice of you to make it. Many thanks for reply. Dan sounds amazing. He is good. Yeah, he is good. And he does make very good hot chocolate.
Don't need to do that on Fred Olsen. They'd do it for you.
Well, yeah, they do. Yes, they do. And that's the other thing. If you haven't been on there, the buffet is just special because they seat you when you turn up at the buffet. You don't have all the elbows out and anything. You get there, you're met by somebody, you want to dine alone or with anyone else and share. No, they find you a table, they seat you, and then you get served your food, and then they do the tea and coffee at the oh, it's just nice, isn't it? Not such a huge choice as some other ships.
You don't need it though, do
But
you?
you don't need it because it's good. Yeah.
Oh gosh, more
Oh,
trouble with
interesting.
Epicurean.
More trouble with Epicurean on Arvia. Wouldn't do it again.
Oh, that's
I'm
a
ever
shame.
so sorry to hear that, Jerry. Because we've only had
Yeah, it's
good
got a decent ship.
experiences. Yeah, well, we've had it on Iona.
Yeah,
But there weren't
it was
many
all right.
people on there at the time.
No, they weren't. No. Oh.
Oh, and Epicurean was a mixed bag for them. Oh,
Oh.
I see.
Mm.
Nicola wasn't too impressed. Isn't it strange? We had bad experience in Sindhu and the beach house on Ventura, and good on last November, but the rest of it was really good.
We've had issues on Aurora with the glass house in the past.
We have, but we didn't this time.
This time it was seamless, and also the beach house on Aurora was
Excellent.
absolutely superb.
Yes, it was. Really good. Yeah. So we've got some more questions here.
It wasn't on the
Re
one of
Queen
the others.
Anne. Cuna have done a far better job with the style of the ship than Holland America have with the Staten Dam, that's for sure. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I guess it's personal taste as well, but no, I think it's really quite nice, and I love the cabana and up by the sky bar at the front are just so comfortable and so nice places to be.
Yeah.
Love those areas. Right, you need to check your group 2 dates with Paul's and Carol's group dates to see if I can do both. Dan, can you answer that?
Yes, there's 4 days between both of them, so you can do both.
There you go. It's easy. So there we go.
That's you sorted, Rose.
As you sorted, Rose. Yeah, see you on there. On the Queen Victoria Nova, do you think they will update the entertainment like they have the Queen Anne?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think I don't know, but I'll be interested to see because it was very different. Very different. I found it. I mean,
I don't think they'd be able to do noir.
No, they wouldn't be able to do the bright lights because they haven't got a venue.
Incredible.
It was.
I don't know if you enjoyed it, Dan, but we thought it was amazing. The acting in there was just off the chart, really.
Mm.
The main shows were there was nothing wrong with the main shows that we saw.
No, they're good.
But I wouldn't necessarily say the same about the ones on Queen Mary. I think they're dated, poorly produced, and I felt sorry for the performers, to be fair.
Performers were working their socks off.
And getting nowhere because it was just, they didn't have anything to work with. And their costumes must have been held together with safety pins because they looked as though they'd come out of the 70s as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't
But
good.
we were quite disappointed, weren't we?
We were.
But then that was one thing that we weren't over impressed with one of the shows on Fred Olsen, one of the production shows, the individual. But Paul and Carol have had a fantastic experience. They've said that on there they've had really good shows. So
perhaps it depends on the show as well that they're performing because they all have a number of shows that they're performing.
Yeah.
So
we know
some
they
of them
did
won't be quite the same as others. But
no, and we know they did have technical difficulties
They did.
with that show because they had to postpone it because somebody actually had deleted all the music and they had to get it reloaded from
you
shoreside.
had to send somebody over from the UK to go and reload it all.
Yeah.
Couldn't write it really, could you?
Oh, so Dan's already replied to that one. Look, he's ahead of us, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Please, the service on Queen Anne was spot on last week and food hot. Yay!
Whoa.
Brilliant. Looks like we'll have to book on Queen Anne again. Just don't tell Dan because he'll be back with us. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, the Cruise Boys say the same. Yeah, because I do have the memories of the Cruise Boys on the first night, wasn't it? When we were waiting for the fireworks, and they were in Freedom Dining, and they'd already pre-booked a table, and they were wondering we were on fixed time. They were wandering around the restaurant while they were trying to find a table for them. I mean, they ended up going to the buffet
In a different restaurant altogether.
in a different restaurant. They ended up going to the buffet because it was Yeah.
Such a shame.
Oh no, they've missed dinner.
Oh,
Oh
dear.
no.
You'll have to have another drink, Paul and Carol.
Oh dear.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I'm ever so
Are
sorry.
we that good that they missed their food?
No, we're not that good.
Wow.
No, we're boring. We're just interested. So what we got? Who needs dinner? Just grab a Thatcher's and a Bloody Mary. What? Bloody Mary's food, isn't it?
Of course
Tomatoes.
it is. Yeah.
It's
She's
good.
going on a
It's
liquid
good.
diet for a
It's
night.
good for you. Yes. Miss that too. It finishes at 9. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, I'm
dear.
ever so sorry. Can't you try
Supper
and...
club. Room service.
Room service. Room service is good on there as well. Perhaps you ought to try that one. Ever so sorry. Oh yes, and the monkeys say, don't forget to press the thumbs up for the live. Thank you very much, monkeys. We'll have to have a chat sometime and find out all the ins and outs of what happened on Queen Anne for you. 2 hours to wait for supper, best to go with the Thatchers then. Yeah, definitely. Trouble is they don't sell Thatchers on Valletta. No. But some of the beers are really nice. Yeah. Queen Anne, the new Imagination show, which premiered Saturday night, was superb.
Oh, right.
Thank you very much.
That's another of the new ones.
Another one of the new ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. It's good that they're bringing those in.
Yeah.
Whether they roll them out to the other ships, who knows?
I think
They have
will.
done with some of the other cruise lines.
Yeah.
They start them on one.
One and then roll them
But
out.
if you go on to P&O, there are a number of shows that don't move from one ship to the other.
Yeah.
Some that are shown on every ship you go on.
Yeah.
But we've noticed that there are some, and we have been told that there are others that just do not move from one ship to the other.
Yes. Yes. Paul and Carol saying no Thatchers. Paul's happy with the Heineken was really nice on there.
Yeah,
and they
I'll go
got
with that.
Moretti and they got some other stuff on there. Great shows. New show team came on last week. Very talented.
Oh, right.
And the other thing that we noticed on Fred is that the show team are also your hosts
For some of the quizzes.
for
and
the
things.
quizzes and things like that. They double up.
Yeah.
So you really get a chance to meet them and chat to them. And they're very friendly.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
So I think
Very
it's a bit
friendly.
of a shock to some of them when they realise they have to do it.
Commodore Steve asking if they're showing the football. Yes, they are. Of course they are. Room service. Yeah, room service. The first night on Queen Anne was terrible. Almost comical. Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah.
Wasn't just the first night.
No, there are a few other nights that weren't good. Come on, guys. Only two
right.
likes. Oh, wow.
No, there's 35 at the moment.
Oh, is
all
it?
right.
Oh,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
Well done.
We're just a bit behind, aren't we? Yeah, although we are catching up. Lindsey Campbell's using no shoes. You were live. Thanks, Elaine. Oh, thank you for joining us, Elaine. Now then, there is something I've got to say. If you are interested in getting more information about this group cruise, on our website, and it will be later this evening because I've got to put it up on there yet. There will be a page on there from the top menu that says Group Cruise 2026. If you go on there, there's a little button on there that just says, I can't remember, it says for more information or for any to make an inquiry, to ask for a quote. I think that's what it says. If you click on that one, you will get a long form to fill out with bits and pieces that only goes to Dan. We don't get to see it, so it's private.
Most of it's T's and C's, isn't it?
Yeah, all the T's and C's are on there as well for you to check because most of them are standard, but we have to do that. Go in there, express what your preferences are, and then Dan will get back to you at some point in time. If you're interested, you don't have to do it tonight. You don't have to do it tomorrow. You don't have to do it until this time next year. The other thing that we haven't spoken about is there will be other special events going on that we haven't organised and planned exactly yet. We've got some ideas, but we can't really do that until we know how many people are going, roughly, because if there's 6 of us, then we'll be doing it somewhere in the corner of a bar. If there's 56 of us, we'll have to get in touch with Fred, and they've already said that they can make rooms available and services available for us in those places. But we have a number of things that we'd like to do. But
You have to wait and
it's watch
see.
this space. So also regarding the group cruise, in a probably 2 to 3 weeks' time, I'll be setting up a group on Facebook for the group cruise, which you'll be able to join if you have booked. So I will set Dan up as one of the administrators for that.
Just to give him something else
Just
to
to
do.
give him something else to do, because he's the only person that'll know who's booked, and then he can allow you. So yeah, but feel free. That way we can keep in touch. Any developments that come along, we can let you know, and things like that's going on. And if we do decide on, right, we're holding this, we can put that all on there. It's also a good place if people do start to book, that we can just chat and meet each other and get to know each other before we go. Because that'd be rather nice as well, wouldn't it?
And we will put bits and pieces onto the regular newsletter as well. Tends to come out every 4 to 6 weeks-ish, depending on whether we're about or not. We will put things on there that will include the group cruise. So if you're not already signed up to it, please feel free. It is a free service that we're offering. Currently in the beginnings of doing the next one, so that should be out middle of next week. But again, if you go to the website, you can get all the details from there and just click the button and subscribe to that.
Up. Now, we'll tell you, we'll get an automatic receipt when you sign up to say thank you for signing up, and then the newsletters will come out to you when they're done. We have had a couple of people who have signed up and they have ended up in their spam somehow, probably because I'm on there. So just if you do sign up, and usually they come out sort of middle of the month-ish, don't they? And you don't see anything, either shout back to us and say, have I missed one? Or just have a look in your spam and see if there's anything there. We've also got a few more comments on here because I'm noticed that we're using up a lot of Dan's valuable time. Will the special events involve alcohol?
Who knows?
They might. They may not. Not everything will, because we've got some things we've been thinking about, but some of them might have. But
it won't be drinking games, okay?
No drinking games. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. But because we are in wine country, there may be some educational and cultural events.
Who are you trying to
wine
convince?
drinking?
Well, wine is a cultural thing in France, isn't it?
It's a way of life, not a cultural thing.
It's a way of life. It's a way of life. So we would like to embrace the local culture, I think. You never know. Dan might even have a class. Yeah. So Andy and Carla say, have a look at the group cruise so we can fit it in. We'll be lovely to join. But as I said, great ports. Yes, they are different ports. It's always difficult when you're going from the UK for a sort of 7 or 8 day cruise to find something that's a little bit different, because either you end up going to the fjords or to
La
Havre, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, or you go down to Bilbao and La Coruña. So that's why we sort of looked at this and we thought it could be quite interesting. Yeah, could be interesting. So Warren's off, I think. Thank you very much for saying it's good live. So I think we've just about got there.
Yeah, nearly.
Oh,
nearly.
Sorry.
So just a reminder, obviously, that the web page is. Did you want to put the web page, or have you not got the web page listed?
No, I've not got there. So the website is kengoescruising.co.uk.
We've actually put a couple of new things onto the website already. Obviously, the group cruise bits and pieces will go live later on this evening. I've been updating ports, so we got one brand new port on there, which I had to go diving through 20 years of photographs to find some of the stuff. And we've got updates to La Coruña and Lisbon from when we called in at Queen Anne.
Yes.
We've also got a brand new page about working with us as well. So that's a bit interesting, because it's actually got some testimonials on there, which is items that came from you, our subscribers and followers, and where you feel that we've helped, which is actually really great news. And don't forget, on the website, you can also go to our little shop and get mugs. With, sadly, our faces or our caricatures on one side, but the good news is that Dax's face is on the other.
Yes.
So they're really good value, and we got some in stock if you want them.
Yeah. So, have you got anything else you'd like to add, Dad, or correct me on? Dan?
No, to be fair, you've surprised me. You've done really well. So.
Oh, Surprise you. Thank you very much. So thank you all very much.
The next
The
live.
next live.
The next. Let's see. You keep forgetting
all
everything.
right.
Oh, it's no wonder nobody clicks that like button because you keep forgetting everything.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Click the like button quickly. The next live will be on the 5th of August.
Yeah.
So it's a Monday, and it's actually it's a bank holiday, I believe, in Scotland and Northern Ireland. So if you're on a bank holiday, then don't worry about it. We'll be here to entertain you.
Really?
Well,
of course I know. Yeah, we will. If not, we'll get the dog on. He's much more fun. So thank you all very much for coming. And if I can find me right knob to press, we'll say goodbye to you. And
Bye-bye.
thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Why not pop over to our website, kengoescruising.co.uk. There you can find out a little more about us. Check out our reviews on ships we've cruised on and some of the ports of call we've enjoyed to date. We also have a small online shop for you to browse that includes our very own tghis cruising ducks. If you'd like to contact us about anything, just go to our Contact Us page.